for our first date, oh God, I don't know which one you count it. Our first real date, we went to Noodles and Company in Middleton. Jared had driven down from Green Bay just for the day to hang out in Madison. We watched a Brewers game. Went over to Zach M's house to help him with something, and then got dinner at Noodles and Company. Jared was a gentleman and of course treated me, and yeah, it was nice. We both got mac and cheese. I didn't finish mine, and Jared got to have the rest, and I feel like that was the first time, obviously, that happened, and that's kind of how things go. A lot of times Jared gets to finish my leftover food.
All right, for Mallory and I's first date, if I remember correctly, I drove down from Green Bay to Madison, was greeted by Zach M at the door, who we then walked home together, and then we went to Noodles and Company and got some food, went back to the Wrongstads and watched a Brewers game, and then I drove back up to Green Bay.
My first impression of Jared was that he's so cute. As probably a lot of people know, I took a picture of him when we were both studying in Whitty from afar. He didn't know I took it at the time, obviously. I was like, oh my God, that guy is so cute, and took a picture of him. And didn't talk to him then for 9 months. So then when I actually talked to him, my first impression was that he's super smart. We were in the same bio class and took the same final, and I was like, how did he know so much more than me? Like, what the heck? So I thought he was very smart.
My first impression of Mallory was, of course, how gorgeous that she was then and still is now. And I already knew that she was very smart, courtesy of my friend Cole, who kind of put her on the radar for me. And then also, I would say after our first interaction, I was left with the impression that she's probably way cooler than me, judging by the pitiful attempt at a pickup line that I used on her.
My biggest fear is mannequins. It's been a fear of mine since I could remember. I hate going to museums because of it. Jared's had to help protect me from mannequins. Not like mannequins that are in a mall, but mannequins that are in a museum. Those are the kind that freak me out.
I don't know if it's her biggest fear, but I know that one is for sure being in a large house by herself, because I think she had to stay at my parents' house one time, and that was one of the most nervous I've ever seen her.
Oh God. Jared's favorite dance move. It really depends what number drink he's on. He does a lot of this. He does, if he's trying to be silly, he'll do the shopping cart. I guess it's a lot of, both of us do a lot of just hand movements. He'll do this. Or no, I feel like I do that. But he kind of just mimics me, and then he does a lot of picking up. Picking me up, picking other people up. Yeah. So, and then the next day his back always hurts, and I'm like, he just picked up 12 people. That's probably why.
I don't know if I'm supposed to answer this for myself or for Mallory, but Mallory's is for sure. And then I would say mine is when Mallory and I are dancing together and we're kind of going opposite directions with our heads, which is a bad representation of it, but she'll know what I'm talking about. If I were on a desert island, I'd for sure want to take Mallory, so hopefully she would take me as one of her three.
Well, I'll say Jared. I feel like that's kind of a cop-out answer.
And I know she's not leaving without Mick, so that'll be 2. And
a comfy bed. Yeah, I would need some sleep.
And then for the third one, I'd want her to go practical with something like a fire starter or fishing line, but it'd probably be coffee.
probably a bag of hot Cheetos or something, or like some sort of snack, like a never ending snack.
For the proposal, I'll try and be quick because I can get long-winded with this story. But basically, both families helped to plan it. I remember driving into the hospital actually one day with Kurt, and we were talking about it, and he was on call for the weekend that we wanted to do it, and one of his coworkers took the shift. Anyways, the biggest thing I knew is that Mallory wanted both of our families to be there. And so I thought it was best to, happen on this weekend, especially when Kurt was on call because she never would have suspected anything. She didn't know that we had a ring.
Jared kind of had me faked out in a few different ways. I had just taken one of my exams, and so we were going to go celebrate up in Green Bay, and also it was Easter. My mom kind of like tricked me into getting my nails done. Well, actually, I asked her, do you want to get a pedicure to like help celebrate me finishing my exam? And then she was like, I'm going to get a manicure too. And then, so I had my nails done.
Mallory's mom had just treated her to getting her nails done because she had finished taking step one.
And Jared was like very chill. I couldn't tell that he was nervous or anything the week leading up to it. We were in Green Bay then, where I am right now. And since it was Easter, we were going to go take family photos across the street at the golf course.
My sisters, Megan and Chelsea, were both home, which was easy to disguise because it was Easter weekend. And then Megan was a huge help because she does love to take a photo or two. So I used her as the scapegoat for why we needed to all get dressed up. And
so then we like all got dressed up. His sister Megan kind of like helped, again, trick me to be in a nicer outfit because I was like, it's kind of cold. Should I wear a dress or just like jeans and a sweater? And she did not want to wear a dress probably, but she was like, oh, I'll do a dress. So that I did the same thing.
So the stars kind of aligned, and we were able to go over to the golf course for some photos. Kurt and Mariel snuck out behind my family as we walked over, and then the rest is history. And we had all of our friends were there and ready to meet us and then help us to celebrate that night. So definitely a night I will cherish forever.
Then we walked across to the golf course and he proposed, and then that was like already a huge shock and the best surprise ever. And then I turn around and my parents are there too. I totally thought they were in Madison. My dad was supposed to be working. So, and then like 30 minutes after that, some of our friends came to celebrate. And then later, like even more people came. So it was a very fun night. I will never forget it. Jared did an amazing job and I love my ring. Yeah, it was amazing. Like all that I could have asked for and more. The louder one is me. Definitely. I've had multiple times where we're with a group of people and all of a sudden it's like everyone's looking at me because I'm talking really loud. I just get very excited. Yeah, definitely me.
All right, for the lightning round, I'd say for who's louder, it could definitely go back and forth a little bit, but definitely Mallory on average.
Although Jared can be loud too. If Jared's very excited, he can be loud, but I'm definitely more talkative and yeah, can kind of drag on conversations, I feel like.
Who's more competitive? Mallory can be competitive, but I would say I'm far more competitive, especially with any sort of lawn sport.
The more competitive one is probably me. I think I get more upset when we're playing card games or something and Jared's beating me, or anyone's beating me. I feel like I'm the more competitive one. But then there's other things where Jared cares more about sports and stuff. So in that way, he cares more about some things. But when it comes to like a competition, I think it lasts like it upsets me longer than it upsets him.
Better driver. I definitely do way more of the driving, so I guess I'll take that one.
The better driver is Jared, for sure. I've hit a mailbox before. I accidentally hit a biker once too. And even without those things, Jared is always the one who drives when it's the two of us. Like, I'm Miss Passenger Princess in the car. He is way better than me.
But without a doubt, Mallory does more of the trip planning, which, thank you.
The trip planner is me for sure. Sorry, Jared. You are an amazing planner in a lot of ways and more organized than me, but I'm definitely the planner when it comes to trips.
And then who's more obsessed with Mick? I'm gonna claim that one. I think I'm the one who's gonna be showing pictures of him to everyone in the hospital.
The one more obsessed with Mick, I think I would say Jared. We love him equally, and like, yeah, we love him equally. But I think Jared is the one who's more likely, like, out at a bar to be like, "Look at how cute our puppy is." Actually, and as he's coming over to me. Okay, and then for my favorite thing about Jared, I love so much about Jared, and I think he's obviously like the best person I've ever met. I think he's super sweet. I think he's super driven. He's a really good time, but my favorite thing about him is his sense of humor. I think he is just really funny about himself and about just like in general. He knows how to make me laugh. He knows how to make a bunch of his friends and family laugh. He's not the like loud one in the room making people laugh always, but he is really can be very silly and not take himself too seriously, which with someone as smart as him, that's not always the case. So I really love that about him, and I'm excited for all of our future laughs together. We've had a ton already, and I'm looking forward to all the ones we have to look forward to as well.
My favorite thing about Mallory is a tough question. I mean, besides the obvious that she's, of course, so beautiful and so smart, and so kind to everyone, I would say that, you know, my favorite thing is actually how goofy that she can be sometimes and some of the inside jokes that we have together. I think one of the things I'm most looking forward to as we finish up distance is having more downtime together and having more time to, you know, make more of those memories where it's just the two of us and we can kind of really be ourselves. So really looking forward to that.